Hi, so this is my project for basically building a database and creating like a front end page by using backend things like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, where you can basically fetch and input the data to your database on Sub-A database. So let's start. So basically, once this project is basically like a task manager project where you as the user are able to log in and basically like create the task, the description, the title of the task, and like the priority of the task, whether it's low, medium, or high. So let's basically sign up as a user. So let's sign up as let's say you sign up as demotest.com, and then let's create a password called user123. Then afterwards you're able to sign up as this user. So now this is the task manager page, which is like connected to the Sub-A database over here. So this line of code basically say create table if not exists tasks. It creates the task table with an ID as a primary key, title as text, description as text, priority text basically which is set to like default as medium, and as a user you're basically able to change between low, medium, and high. Then complete boolean, which is false, the user ID. They created a timestamp which shows when it was created, and it also the update timestamp to show which day it was updated. The alter table tasks enable this line of code. Alter table task enable row level security. So this was done basically to ensure that users can only see their own data. So let's say, yeah, so for example, let's say if you're like user A, right? User A can only see their own data and their own tasks. And like so basically user A cannot say user B's tasks. So yeah. This create policy, this basically like allows users to insert their own tasks, view their own task, update their own task, and basically delete their own task. And then this line of code, create or replace function, update add. Basically, this basically is telling the function like how to update the timestamp. While this line of code, create a trigger, update task at update. Basically, this is telling like how like to run the function. Basically, it's telling how to run the function for before like every update on the task table over here. And then it's basically this is basically done to like basically this is basically means that every time like a task is updated, the database basically automatically records when this happens. So, and this basically prevents like manually like tracking down when the data was last changed. So yeah, let's go back to the task manager page. So let's say you create a task. Let's say you create task one. Task one, let's add a description for this. Let's say task one done. Let's change this to like low priority. Then you're able to add the task. So in here you are able to see the task title, the task description, the day it was created, the day it was updated. And as a user, you're able to mark this as complete. You can edit this task or you can delete this task. So let's say you want to edit the task. So let's say you change task one to task two, and then you change this to task then you change this to task 2 done, and then you're able to mark this as complete. And then afterwards you're able to see like the new title, the new task, and then the date it was created, and the day it was updated. Afterwards you can mark this as complete, so now this is complete. And afterwards, as a user, you're also able to delete this. So let's say you want to delete this task, then the task is basically deleted. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's try. Let's say you create another task. Let's say you create task 4. Task 4 is done, and let's call this like a high priority. So now you have another task, title task 4, the description task 4, when it was created, when it was updated. You're able to like have the options again of marking complete, editing it, or deleting it. So so let's log out of this, right? Let's log out of the user demo at the test.com, and you sign up as a different user. So let's say you sign up as testexample.com. So after logging in, you realize basically this is you see that and for this user, task 2 is the one in the task with task 2, the title, task 2 completed, the day was created, and the update day. Basically, this is like I'm just demonstrating like the roller security, which basically ensures that users can only see their own data, which in this case is like test data test at the altexample.com can only see their own tasks and not like the previous user's task. So basically, this user cannot see another user's task. So yeah, so let's log out of this. So yeah, so this is my project for like building like a database and using front and basically building a front page by using backend components such as like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which like as the user can basically fetch and input the data to your database through like using uh, subbase.com. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and listening to me.